Well, I have a story today that I know when I've been visiting with lots of you, you have told me you've heard about Jack and the Beanstalk. Today, you were doing a job of planting your sprout houses with the bean seeds in their little cotton balls. So here's what I want you to notice. I have two Jack and the Beanstalk books. One is a much smaller book and one is a bigger book. I'm going to read you the bigger book, but I want you to know, just like many stories that we have read, there's lots of different versions or different ways the story of Jack and the Beanstalk is told. So you maybe have heard it differently than the one Mrs. Oberg is going to read to you. Maybe you've never heard the book and you've only seen the little video or movie. And if you have time, there is some fun Jack and the Beanstalk videos on YouTube. So sit back and listen to the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. And this is adapted by Mara Elfrin, illustrated by Mark Chambers. So this is an old story that has been adapted and retold by authors. Jack and the Beanstalk. Ooh, did your bean seeds look like this when you put them in water for 5 hours to soak? Wait a minute. Did you ever wonder about why they had to be in water for 5 hours? I wonder. Ask someone if you're not sure why. Jack and the Beanstalk. Deep in the countryside lived a widow and her son Jack. Their cottage was crumbling and their clothes were patched. They were very, very poor. And a widow is someone whose husband is no longer alive. And so she's living by herself with just Jack. One day, Jack's mother said, "We must sell our cow. Take her to market, Jack, and bring home some gold pieces." And so he set off to town. But before Jack had gotten very far, he met a strange little man. "That's a fine cow," the man said. "I'll swap you 5 magic beans for her." "Magic beans?" said Jack. "Are they really magic?" What do you think, boys and girls? "Magic they are, or chop off my beard and knit it into a sweater," croaked the little man. Magic beans? Jack couldn't wait to tell his mother. He clutched them tightly and ran all the way home. Now remember, what was Jack supposed to be getting? Selling the cow to get gold pieces so they would have money. And now he has bean seeds. Let's see what happens. Jack's mother was furious. "We need money, not useless old bean seeds," she cried, and she threw them out the window in disgust. But late that night, excuse me, a tiny bean sprout poked out from the ground, and then it grew and grew and grew. I wonder if your beans are magic like this. Did any of them start growing like this already, kindergarten? The next morning, the beanstalk stretched high into the sky. "The beans were magic," Jack cried. "But what's at the top?" Jack climbed up, 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 up the beanstalk. At last he reached the very top. There, shimmering in the sunlight, was a magnificent castle. Just then, Jack's stomach rumbled. "I must find some breakfast," he thought, and he tapped on the castle door. The door creaked open, and a giant smiled down at him. "Hello, Jack," shouted up. "Please, do you have any food?" "You poor thing," boomed the giantess. "Come right in, but quickly, before the giant gets up." So this is the giantess. What a marvelous feast! There was an enormous loaf of bread and a gigantic jar of jelly. Jack dug in all at once. But suddenly the room began to shake. Boom, boom, boom. "Oh my goodness," cried the giantess. "He's coming!" And she shoved Jack under a teacup to hide. Remember, he's a normal-sized little boy, just like the size of a kindergartner. Into the room stomped a big, scary, hungry giant. "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman," he said. "Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bone and make my bread." "Don't be silly. There's nobody here but us," the giantess scolded. "Now go and wash before breakfast." So she's trying to help Jack, isn't she? Jack trembled. "I must leave now," he thought. He was halfway down the hall when he heard a squawk. It was a hen with bright golden feathers. "Help!" she clucked. "Set me free and I'll lay you golden eggs every morning." Jack scooped up the hen, but then he heard huge footsteps thundering, and then... Oh, I think I'll quit reading. No, okay, I'll keep reading. "Fee, fi, fo, fum," roared the giant. "I smell the blood of an Englishman. And there he is." Jack raced out the door. He jumped and slid down the beanstalk. Down, down, down. All the way back to his cottage. "Mother, quick, bring the axe," he shouted. And boys and girls, there's an axe. What do you think he's planning to do? Jack's mother swung the axe at the beanstalk. Thwack! It shuddered and shook, and then the giant came tumbling down. Fee, fi, fo, crash! And that was the end of the giant. Jack hugged his mother. "Look what I found," he said, and he showed her the golden hen. "Oh, Jack," said his mother, "I'm so glad you're safe. And you were right about those magic beans." So Jack, his mother, and the golden hen all lived happily ever after. And with lots of golden eggs, they were never poor again. Look at that. So that is the one version of Jack and the Beanstalk that Mrs. Oberg read you. You, like I said, might know others. So have fun watching those beans that you have grow. I wonder if they'll be magic. If not, you have fun and enjoy. Thanks for listening.